So this is the Helios 44M4, probably the most interesting and unique lens that I have come across and used, which is not expensive at all. And I think if you are looking for a lens to start your filmmaking journey, you should definitely consider getting one. The Helios 44M series is a set of vintage lenses that was meant to be a knockoff of the Carl Zeiss Biotar 58mm f2 lenses. This lens with the same aperture and focal length was made mostly for the M42 thread mount, and to use it with modern cameras, you will need an adapter. This lens is mainly popular for its very distinctive character that it gives the image because of its unique swirly bokeh. You can see how the swirls start a bit off the center and get really intense as you come to the edge of the frame. Within the 44 series, there were many lenses. The 44-2, which is arguably the most famous because it was used to shoot some scenes in The Batman, which is personally one of my favorites when it comes to its cinematography. Then there is the 44M4. There's also a 44M5, which all had similar characteristics to the 44-2, but they just got sharper and sharper as the numbers went up. As I said, these lenses are extremely cheap and can be obtained only second hand anywhere for under $100. Now this lens is pretty sharp for a vintage lens because whenever I hear vintage lenses, I usually associate it with a dreamy look, low contrast, and a soft look, but this lens is really sharp in the center and gets softer as you move to the edges, which is fine because that is what makes this lens so unique. The swirly bokeh that it produces is quite hard to get because it is only really noticeable in certain situations where there are, say, a lot of point sources of light in the background, like leaves of trees when there is sun shining through it, or a lot of particular light sources or reflections in the background. Otherwise, it's just like any other lens with a unique focal length. The only thing that I dislike about this lens is the flaring. Now, I don't know if it's just with my unit or not, but any sort of flaring will result in a very desaturated image and also a loss in contrast, which makes the image very unpleasant. Other than the optics, this lens is built like a tank. It's solid, it's hefty, and it is completely built with metal, and it gets really cold to touch whenever shooting outdoors, especially in the UK weather. The focus ring is super smooth, although the focus throw is really long, but it makes it easier to set the critical focus. It has a clicked aperture ring, which I really appreciate, which helps so that you don't accidentally bump your hand into it and change the aperture. The copy that I have here is also pretty much flawless when it comes to the lens elements. And I also recently found out that this lens was manufactured in 1989, as the first two digits of the numbers on your lens signifies the year it was manufactured. So for an almost 3.5 decades old lens, the copy I have here was really taken care of since then. I think the Helios 44M4 is a lens that you absolutely need to try. Although I have not shot anything professional yet with this lens, every time I take this lens out with me just to shoot casually, it amazes me because of all its unique characteristics. Now, I am planning to shoot something really soon with this lens, so stay tuned if you don't want to miss that out. But other than that, such a lens for under $100 is a no-brainer to get, and I really hope that you won't be disappointed with what it has to offer. So that's the Helios 44M4, probably one of my most favorite lenses that I have used till date. Anyways, I have got some work to do now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.